I did want to make this just so like anybody else who feels like they're out of the flow or out of alignment doesn't feel so bad about themselves or like they've done something wrong. Like, because I feel like I'm not playing, like, just I'm filming this right now, but like only Tuesday I was like, oh my god, I've done something wrong. Like, what did I do? What did I do? And it's not really like that. It feels like we only go backwards. That's what's playing in my head right now. But welcome back. I'm Val. I'm actually not even prepared right now, but I think that maybe that's the point a little bit of the kind of the process I'm in right now, is being unprepared, feeling unprepared, stepping into the unknown, and realigning. So I feel like right now this is a total brain dump, like totally just taking everything out right now. I'm feeling a lot of misalignment is what it feels like. It feels like I'm just kind of been taken out of this really high vibrational, like really pumped up, really in my body, really spiritually here, to now being a little bit more down to earth, but not in a grounded way. It doesn't feel like. It feels a lot like just a lot of questioning of myself. A lot of old habits and old situations are coming back to the surface, which does feel very normal, especially thinking about kind of how, you know, journey and personal evolution works. It's not a straight uphill incline. So, and I think that's something that we all need to be very aware of and not push too hard on ourselves about. And even as I speak, my heart kind of hurts a little bit because of the time I've been in, and I've kept it so hush hush, so really nobody knows anything that's going on with me right now. But it's been a lot of internal seeking, internal validation. It feels like I've been having a really hard time connecting to myself now. Even like it feels hard to even pull out cards. It feels hard to do really much of anything right now. It feels like I'm going backwards is like really it. And I've been getting extremely discouraged about, you know, a lot of aspects of life and how things look right now. I'm getting really caught up in how things look. What does this look like? You know, and because it looks a certain way, it starts to feel a certain way. So it's taken me out of my more let go and let God. It's more like trying to grasp control. And that's exactly what I don't need to be doing. But that's, you know, kind of where I am right now. A lot of readjusting, but not, readjusting and where I want to go in the future and why I want to be there, but also kind of readjusting in like almost like a Rubik's Cube is kind of the analogy that is coming into mind. Like just one little mix and you've kind of messed the cube up. You've got to start to readjust, and that's what it feels like. But it's not a simple like let's click back into place. It's like one twist and you had to twist another way, so it's now you have to readjust everything is what it feels like for me right now. So just going through a lot of, you know, clean slate, like, and starting fresh, starting new. I feel like this is like such a clear tower moment for me. Completely, it feels like completely the tower, I think I've talked about this maybe last video, but the tower just crumbling and starting off brand new, like in all areas, it feels like. So even though the tower clearly fell in one area, it's affecting all areas of my life right now. And if you don't understand the tower analogy, I'll explain a little bit right now. So the tower is a card in the tarot, and when the tower comes down, it's usually to get the people inside of the tower to, like, the tower is depicted by people falling out of a building, and it's usually there to get those people down to earth, to get them back in touch with reality. The tower falls when what was built on the foundation was not sturdy to begin with. We go through tower moments all the time, and right now I think it's so important for me to realize that this is just, you know, this is just life. It's out of my control, and I can't be so focused on trying to put some of these pieces together when some of these pieces are old and they don't have anything to do with me anymore. And that's another thing, is you can't build a firm foundation with the some of the, you know, the nasty rubble. Like, all of it has to be cleared. All of the things that were holding you back, all of that has to be cleared. And that's been a struggle. That's been a struggle for me, is getting out of here, getting out of the head and more into the heart. I think it's such a powerful difference, and I felt it before, what it really means and what it looks like for me to speak and live through the heart versus my head. And even when I start to think, I guess, I don't know, it's very different when I'm just sinking into the heart than versus me just like up in the head. I don't know if that makes sense, but it makes sense to me, and it's a huge difference. So if you're trying to make a decision or something, try like sinking into the heart, like feel the heart, like literally just like, and feel into the heart. I mean, it might seem crazy, I don't know, but it like really works for me. And but like, that's another thing. I have not even had the motivation to go back into trying to fall into alignment. Like, it's like I was thrown off that much. Like, I was thrown off so much where trying to meditate, trying to get back into my body has been a chore. It's been so difficult this time around. This tower moment has just really kind of made me feel like I have to do everything by myself, which I know is not all the way true, but it kind of is. I feel like spirit, the universe, the divine showing me that we are here to help as much as we can. You have to do the rest. And I think that's something that we miss a little bit. We want the universe or the divine or higher power to really come in and do everything for us, and that can't happen. We still hold a huge part here on earth. Like, we have to be the ones to move. They have to say get up and we have to go, type of thing. And this tower moment was my get up, and I have not been moving. I've just kind of been here, but I did want to make this just so like anybody else who feels like they're out of the flow or out of alignment doesn't feel so bad about themselves, or like they've done something wrong. Like, because I feel like I'm not playing, like, just I'm filming this right now, but like only Tuesday I was like, oh my god, I've done something wrong. Like, what did I do? And it's not really about what I did. It's about, okay, how can I use this experience to view my situation a little bit differently? Clearly there are things that have to go. And a little bit ago I was talking about it was a video that I took off. I took down because I was feeling insecure. Oh my god, like what? But I was talking about the divine order and how, you know, there's a order of how the divine works, and when we try to come and interfere with divine order, when we try to interfere with what is just natural, it creates a lot of uneasiness within our bodies. And that's really what I'm experiencing is a prime example of that, and how I want to create, I want to develop, I want to become this, but the way I was going about it before was not working. So Spirit is like, okay, I'm going to give you a clean slate, you get to start all over. And now I'm over here thinking my life is over and everything is done, and I've just kind of messed everything up. But that's not the case, and I just hope that, you know, if you're watching this and you feel like you're out of alignment, just know that if you're out of alignment, you get to go back into alignment. You get to go back into alignment, and then you might get out of alignment. It's like, because every time, this is what it feels like to me, and I don't know if this is something that I've, like, an analogy I've created, or if I've heard it from somewhere else. I really don't know. But it feels like as soon as you align, something comes out of alignment. But because it almost has to, because we still have to think about, yes, we released something that no longer aligned with us, right? So we're put back into alignment. But now this new idea, or these new concepts, don't align with some other old concepts. So now it's back out of alignment, and then you get to push back into alignment, but then you realize that something else has to fall away, and while it's falling away you feel misaligned, and then you get pushed back. Like, it's this constant like fall and ebb and flow, I guess it is, or fall and release and contract. Wow, this is like really beautiful. Didn't really think about it, but that's like the nature, I was gonna say the nature of the beast. Wow. But that's kind of how everything works. And this is an analogy that I heard from somebody somewhere else. It's like life being this contracting force, and like we see this contraction and this release and contraction everywhere. Being a dancer, everywhere, but our lungs, our muscles, like everywhere we see this, like, you know, even though I'm doing it, you know, the wrong way, but like that's kind of how it is. That's what it's like. So yeah, if you feel misaligned, chances are you've released something and you're going to fall back into alignment. Don't be too hard on yourself, and try so hard to stay in light energy, because it's like darkness and sadness is very easily accessible and very easily manipulated, and you become prey. It feels like it feels like I've fallen prey to a lot of the old mentality, the old ways that I used to think. It feels like I've almost fallen prey to them. Like I'm at their mercy. I'm at the mercy of these negative thoughts and all these things, and at any minute they can like take over me and like take me out. That's what it feels like. And that's like not a fun feeling at all. Like that is a very sucky, uncomfortable feeling, to feel like at any point like I can just fall into a spiral of depression. So trying your best to stay attached to light, or staying at a higher vibration, or just neutral. Like if your goal is anything, it should be neutral. Like if you can't raise your vibration, like me, it's been really hard to. So being at a neutral level, and now I'm getting the concept of being the observer right now, which is where I feel like I am a lot of the time right now, is being heavily, I don't know if you probably just saw that my anxiety just kicked in a little bit. But being the observer and seeing things from a more neutral standpoint, rather than being so involved. Yeah, I've talked about that in a little video before, but trying to be less involved and more aware of what is going on. And that's a really funny thing. I feel like a lot of us have an awareness of what occurs inside of us, but we can't really pin things to it. Like, I am heavily aware of any changes that occur in me, so I have to look into it. I can't just let it, leave these feelings rise up and do nothing about it. I have to I feel them and I have to examine them, because it feels so foreign sometimes. It's like you can be having an amazing day and all of a sudden you're hit with strong emotions and you don't understand. Just kind of letting them go is not really useful. You have to look, because there's a reason, right? There's a reason why these things are coming up. A lot of the times it's so that we can be rid of them, right? Or allow them to mature more and allow them to us to like have some common ground, is kind of like I want to put it. But yeah, that's just kind of what's going on right now for me. Yeah, but I do want to pull a card for us. Okay, so let's see what message do we have for us? Illuminate the shadows, empower your path. Okay, so we have 2 cards. We have radical self-love. We can only receive love to the extent that we can only receive love to the extent that we unconditionally love and live the truth of ourselves. Stunning. So beautiful. And then empty. The ending and beginning lie either side. The ending and beginning lie at either side of the same door. I say this all the time. I literally say this all the time. And how what's the word? How fitting that we're talking about endings and I'm talking about tower moments and things coming down. It's so amazing. So clearly transformational time for a lot of people right now, including myself. Definitely connecting back to the earth. A lot of solar plexus type of training is what I'm getting, but more like strengthening. For me, it feels like that's where a lot of the tower was falling, was maybe a false perception of my confidence or my internal stability was kind of always wavering, and it's like now you've got to strengthen it. You've got to be strong in yourself. Also, personal truth is something that I've been really invested in the truth of myself, and understanding who I am more has been super important to me lately. Super important to me. So yeah, I've been trying to be more honest and true to myself and the people around me, but most importantly to myself. But yeah, that's gonna be today's video. It's such a journey. Life is such a journey, and sometimes you just need to talk, let it all out. Thank you for being here, and don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Ask me a question. I don't know what you'd have a question about, but whatever. Anyways, I will see you next time. Okay, goodbye.